Two, one. Hi guys, it's Harry Mastine from Holistic Health Harry, a Clisterialized Alkalis Rose Talk Show, talking today with Kombucha Clark, who, if I'm being honest, brother, you were not on my field of awareness. I'm glad you are now, though, and for the audience too, anyone watching. But yes, 2 days ago, you hit me up on Messenger, and I was very excited to receive your message, and you said that you'd learned a lot from me, so I was like, okay, cool, that's what I hope to do. But then I got even more excited because you said that you're doing the same things as me, but you learned some new, exciting, unique health protocols you want to share with myself and other people. So yeah, Kombucha Clark, with that being started, where do we begin? Like, do you want to start at the beginning with your story, or would you like to go straight into the beginning with the story, or straight into protocols? It's up to you.
Sure. I mean, I can give you a quick background. I know not everybody wants to hear everything, but I wasn't always the person you saw in front of me here today, or I wouldn't be here the way I am here today. I grew up on the shit diet of pizza and cooked foods and steak and potatoes, and by the time I was 16, I was a 220-pound pre-diabetic. I was like, all I would do is watch TV and eat pizza. Basically, I was walking pizzas.
Quickly, how old are you now? How old are you now, mate?
I'm 30.
30. Okay, so 16.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So and then when I was about 20, I went vegetarian, vegan for conscious reasons, not for health reasons at all. I just loved animals. And then when I was about 4 years ago, when I was 26, I discovered juicing and fasting and raw foods, and I ended up doing a 30-day juice fast, which changed my whole thinking of life, and I went from all I wanted to do before that was go out when I would get off work to go out and party. I would go out, go to music festivals and just basically I was basically suppressing all my emotions. I was also working in the corporate world, and I would just like want to forget, and basically I would just get off work and suppress, go to the bars, go out and drink, come home, smoke weed, all that stuff. And then but when I did a 30-day juice fast, it completely changed everything. And then on a Friday night, I would want to read quantum physics and learn about epigenetics, and just everything transformed for me. And when I tried fresh apple juice in the morning, I was like, why did I ever put anything up my nose? You know, it's like it was complete night and day, because I could literally just get high off of fresh juices.
Oh, quickly, I just thought that phrase. You heard the Wim Hof phrase, get high off your own supply. I was thinking of that as you said.
Yeah, and I love Wim Hof. Actually, I went to a few months ago. I went to an event. He came to Miami, and I went to a Wim Hof event where he did we did an ice bath. We did all sorts of breathing techniques, and then at the end, we actually got into a bath of ice.
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, and we were able to withstand that for 2 minutes after the breathing techniques he taught us. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
And really empowering.
Yeah.
So when I was going through this whole process, then I ended up getting into yoga really fast and meditation, and started meditating every single day. And then I got some colonics. I've gotten Enemas. I got a great book I would recommend for anybody. I was reading during my 30-day juice fast was Heal Yourself 101 by Marcus Rothkranz.
Say that again.
And Heal Yourself 101 by Marcus Rothkranz.
Okay, I'm going to add that to my wish list about the audience. Yeah, cool. Awesome.
If I have that book somewhere here, pretty sure. It's not coming up. Oh, here it is. Heal Yourself 101 by Marcus Rothkranz.
Oh, right. I know that guy. Yeah, he's very famous, Marcus Rothkranz.
Yeah, very thin book.
Yeah.
Lots of pictures, but very to the point. Like, I learned so much. That's him at 26, I believe, 27, and then at age 50. You can see the difference.
Yeah. Not the same man, bro. It doesn't even look like the same person, does it? It is that.
No. And you can follow him on YouTube, too. He has some great YouTube videos, but his books are amazing. Also, he has Heal Your Face 101, which is great too. It's all about Like it maps out the entire body, like all the traditional Chinese medicine charts of the entire body. Like you can you can look at somebody's face and know their colon's clogged, their liver's messed up, you look, it has iridology in there. It has like the feet mapped out, the hands mapped out, everything. It's quite a great book as well. And I use his formulas too. He has some wild herb formulas that I use as well that are absolutely have taken me to the next level.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a quick one. So what basically happened in a way, the way I'm seeing it is you started with one thing, activated with the long fast. That taught you, by the way, in my opinion, much more than a doctor would ever teach you. Once you do a long fast, they say you learn more than a doctor. So you started one thing, you got excited, and then you went into a path of loads of other things, which has led you to where you are now, where you're doing, from your message to me, you're doing quite a lot of extreme, what would be considered extreme things, right? By society.
Right. Well, one extreme combats the other extreme. I mean, cheeseburgers extreme, pizza's extreme.
There we go. Yeah, I like that. So, extremely unhealthy. Now you've gone to to undo the extreme unhealthiness of society, which is the natural state of life. You've gone to the extreme healthy route. I like that.
Right. Exactly. And it takes one extreme to combat the other, because and the fallout from the sky, that's extreme. We got to get that. I mean, the urine therapy is probably one of the only ways to get that out. I mean, doing urine neti pots, epic. This is the nasal thing I was telling you about. So this little device right here is just $5 on Amazon, man.
Oh wow!
It'll change your life.
I typed in droppers. What are you typing in to find that, please?
Gosh, what is it called? A nose. I have to look it up.
Nasal. It might be nasal or something.
But yeah, basically, all you do is it sprays a mist out, and I just spray it up in there, and then when I started this with urine a couple years ago, I had literally buckets of mucus coming out of my nose. Like I was like, how does that all fit in my head? How does it all fit around my brain? Like I have no idea. But what I know is that I just had buckets of mucus coming out. It was intense. It was insane.
Brother, I love it, because I think even the fruitarians and people that like Dr. Moore's crowd, they're very healthy. They don't do urine therapy. They don't realize how much mucus the fruits do remove, but they've still got clogged in their system. When they do aged urine, you'll realize, just like you said, everyone, including us healthy people, have got way too much mucus in the system. It's a surprise to people.
Right. And I've followed Dr. Moore's. I've tried the whole fruitarian thing, and I'm raw vegan. I'm been for the past 4 years. I've been 99.9% raw, 100%. Well, a little bit of honey, a little bit of raw honey too, but 99.9% raw vegan. I don't follow the fruitarian thing though. I'm more into the herbs. I think they're way more healing than the fruits. I've gotten to the point where I rarely eat fruit. I mean, especially high glycemic fruit. I'll eat, like things like cucumbers and things. There's some like low glycemic, anything with the seed is technically a fruit. So, what's it called? Peppers and stuff. I'll eat
tomatoes and stuff.
They can be healing as well. But I'm really more into like things like dandelion greens. Things that are like really like potent herbs.
Do you say dandelion? You say dandelion.
Dandelions. Yeah.
Mate, we're in the UK right now, and dandelions are everywhere. I walked around my family, and there's like literally dandelions. Do you know what I do with the dandelions? Instead of make a tea,
What do you do?
I put it in get this one. You've probably heard of it. Put it in the aged urine. And what it does is the aged urine, a couple of weeks old, it will pull out all the nutrition. I mean, all of it. Boiled water will pull out some. This pulls all of it. And then get this, it preserves it. So you can now keep the nutrients without them going bad from the dandelion in the aged. When you drink it, or put it up in enema, and it's just going to sit there and preserve forever. How beautiful is that?
That's amazing. That's actually, so I make sun teas with a whole bunch of different herbs, like dried herbs that I get online, like ashwagandha, astragalus, the great super herbs from traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic herbalism. I hadn't thought about putting them in my aged urine though.
Next level, brother. That's the one you got to try. I'll give you that one. Try stinging nettles in UK as well is another herb that we've got that's predominantly everywhere. You put stinging nettles in the aged urine. Oh my god, that makes us any herbs is the rule. I think of aged urine just amplifies, because you're talking about you know this. The audience are going to know in a second. Aged urine is very powerful medicine, but if you combine herbs, which we also know are very powerful, with aged urine, what are you doing?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Hmm.
I've actually done. I ferment. I take these teas and I ferment them, and I have added urine to it. But again, when I take that, it's like I have a roommate, that's in the kitchen. It's like I keep them separate. I keep my stuff. You know what I mean? Like I just started because the smell. I got the smell complaint again, so I had to be careful about that. So
yeah.
So they've been. So it's like that, but I have been making some next level drinks though, which we can get into, where I take I literally take ashwagandha, astragalus, chaga mushrooms, reishi mushrooms, make teas with herbs like that, and then I ferment them with probiotics, and I actually grow my own probiotics now, with kind of like if you've ever had kombucha, but instead of making it with green tea and some random strains that are from a SCOBY. Have you ever had any fermented drinks like kombucha?
Well, aged urine. Yeah, kombucha I bought from a store. I never made my own, to be honest with you. I store bought.
Well, store bought is usually has still sugar in it. They're they're more all about just trying to make it. I mean, some of those are pretty much as bad as Coke, but you can make truly medicinal ones, and that's what I do. Is I use specific strains of probiotics. I use specific herbs, and I make that in distilled water, and that's the basis. That's about and that's what I basically drink, other than my own, and that's what makes my own.
Right. Which is more powerful.
I believe that it's even more powerful because it's all the excess. So now I have all those excess minerals and vitamins and everything from all these herbs, and some of these teas are powerful, man. I'll put in 10 different herbs into these teas, and then that's my base. Yeah. And then I ferment them.
Can I ask you quickly, which is more powerful if you had to say? But is it the herbs fermented like a kombucha or the aged urine? Which is more powerful? I know it's a comparison game, I guess I'm playing, but for you, which one feels better? Which one's?
I would say the hierarchy is the aged urine, and then the highly fermented herbal teas, and then the fresh urine.
Interesting. Oh, I like that. That's good.
Then the unfermented herbal teas.
I like that bias. I like it because we love. Don't get me wrong. Herbs and fermented sounds brilliant, but you're saying aged urine is the pinnacle. I like that bias a lot because it's free. It's fucking free for everybody. I like that one.
Yeah. But you gotta use something to make it.
Sure.
You gotta have something to make it. So you might as well have the best of what you can. That's so making, and I believe in the wild herbs. The wild herbs are where you said the dandelion greens are out there. Some of those dandelion greens will have roots going down 200 feet down in the ground, pulling up nutrients from untouched soil. They're survivors. They're true. That's why they're all over the world in every continent. They're on the continent you're on, and they're on the continent that I'm on. Because they literally can survive any condition, and they can go weeks without water because they have those roots. And when you eat survivors, you become survivors. That's another reason I'm not into the whole fruitarian thing. A lot of these perennial plants, these watermelons and things, they need to be watered every single day. They're like a little spoiled kid that on a farm that needs to be fed every single day in order to live, and then they have to be planted again and again. And whereas the dandelion greens, they can survive. And where it's really at is the mushrooms, the chaga, the reishi mushrooms. They grow on birch trees in the forest. The ones I've been getting, they grow on every continent as well. Every forest in the world. The ones I've been getting are from Canada, wild harvested in Canada, and they're they bring up nutrient. They actually have a symbiotic relationship with the birch tree, where they protect the tree and the tree and basically and they have so many antioxidants that protect that tree, and that's what we're getting. And they live for hundreds of years, the tree and the mushroom. But if you take the whole mushroom off the tree, you have to like get these things sustainably, and you can only take like a percentage, because if you take the whole mushroom off, the tree dies. The tree dies, the mushroom dies.
Did not know that. Great info. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
So but combined, they'll live for hundreds of years, longer than us. And that's information. Like these mushrooms that have been around longer than me, now I'm consuming that information. I'm getting that information from the forest of Canada, like, deep in the forest. Like, that's the information that I want. Like, food is information, water is information. That's what I want in my body.
Do you think that mushrooms like the chaga, I know that psychedelics, I believe, have been designed for us to eat, like shrooms, that's my opinion, but do you think chaga and reishi have been designed for us to eat as well, a little bit? Or would they just, do you think it's been designed that way or just evolved that way?
I believe there has been an evolution. There are many theories that I've read and that I've heard. I've gotten into Paul Stamets' work. He's, are you familiar with him at all?
I heard of the name. Yes, I've heard he's a very interesting fellow to look into. I haven't looked into it fully yet, but yeah, heard of him.
He's done a lot of research on mushrooms, a lot of experimentation. His belief is that they're from another planet, and that they might actually be related to humans.
Interesting.
As a species. They actually are like more closely related to us than plants.
That is interesting. Yeah. I have heard of him. I read a book, what was it, about How to Change Your Mind on Psychedelics by quite a famous author. And he talked about Paul Stamets' work on the mycelium, the mycelium roots or something. Apparently they're the essential, they're the soil of without the mycelium roots, the mushroom roots, I don't think we'd have trees. Is that correct information too? Without the mushroom roots, we'd be dead. Well, trees wouldn't exist. It's crazy.
I know they have a symbiotic relationship, but I don't know if trees would not exist without them. I
think that's what Paul Stamets believed as well. He said that because they provide all the nutrients. They're the white stuff, isn't it, underneath the soil that we don't see of the shrooms, the mushrooms. And like you said, that's crazy knowledge on dandelions 200 feet set under the ground. That's insane.
I got that from another Marcus Rothkranz book. Here somewhere. Yeah, Free Food and Medicine Guide.
Oh, I've got to get this one.
Is about wild plants, and it has pictures of wild plants all over. These are the ones found on every continent. These are the ones found all over the world. So you can take this book anywhere.
Cool.
You can find wild plants that you can eat locally.
Blimey, brother. I just been on a walk. I told you I've seen dandelions. We had apples, which I've just taken off a tree, an apple orchard, pears. Another one that my auntie saw that I didn't know is, you heard of fennel, aniseed?
Yes.
So, fennel aniseed.
Very powerful.
In our country here, I can't believe in the UK we grow some shit like that. So, nature's fucking amazing, bro. It's unreal.
It is. Every time I eat fennel, I get like a crazy kidney detox. I don't know what it is about that herb, and I don't know if that's for everybody, but for me, it's been like I noticed a kidney detox from fennel.
Probably is. I like the bias of what works for one tends to be the same. It's just targeting a specific organ in such a powerful way. That's right. Beautiful information. Yeah. Let's touch base a little bit. Let's go a little bit off the herbs and talk about sungazing. What's your experience with the sun, and do you sungaze? Do you think the sun is a dangerous thing? I've had a conversation with someone today that someone said it was bad for them. Okay,
absolutely not. Growing up, I did. Being the 220-pound kid, when I was a baby, I'm English, German, Irish, Scottish, and Cherokee Indian. This is like the least amount of sun. You can see how white.
Yeah, you're pale on that side, isn't it? Your face is not pale though. Yeah.
Right. Well, because I get as much sun as I can get around, everything else I do. So So growing up, my parents would put 50 SPF on me. If they didn't, I would turn into a red thing. I would just turn in red. And then when I started eating greens, this is where it changes, because when I started, not when I went vegan, because I was a junk food vegan, but when I started actually eating like a big majority of my diet being chlorophyll, greens, those greens, they actually have the chlorophyll protects the leaves from the sun. That's why the leaves can be out in the sun all day long without getting burned. Now, I don't need to put anything on. I can go out with nothing on my skin, full body. Sometimes I'll go to a nude beach,
Mm.
and I will go full spectrum sunlight, my whole body.
Mm.
And I will not get burned. I can be out there for 2 hours, swimming in the ocean,
Crazy.
cleansing in the ocean, coming back, laying down in the middle of the day in West Palm Beach, Florida,
Yeah.
where the sun is blazing hot. Like I'm sweating, like it's a sauna outside, and
Yeah.
I'm sweating. People are complaining about the heat, and I don't get burned. I just get tanned. And
Yeah.
I'm English, German, Irish, Scottish, and Cherokee Indian.
Yeah. That's crazy,
So
brother.
like I'm what people call a mutt. I'm what people call just white guy, white boy.
You're the white guy that should go red and pasty and stay away from the sun, yet you stay in the sun in Florida, which is near very high UVB, very high, even in wintertime, and you basically don't even go red, and you just seems like the sun is not at all a danger. Oh, what a surprise. I'm not surprised. I hope the audience watching this or anyone watching this is not surprised either, like what you just said.
I've gotten into sun gazing in the middle of the day. I still don't look directly at the sun. And I thought I was going to get past this point, but I think there's something going on in our atmosphere with everything going on. I don't want to get into the whole, jargon behind what is going on, but I believe humans have affected our atmosphere to a point where there can be some danger. There's like a protective layer that may have been tampered with, and I'm sure nature will cover it up again. I'm sure it'll come back. It'll be fine. But I think currently there could be some beginning of the day, end of the day is good, but middle of the day there could be some things going on with our atmosphere that might cause that protective layer that looking directly at the sun could hurt the retina. And if your liver is toxic, it can hurt the retina. I believe there's something to do with the liver, and toxicity that causes.
According to Chinese TCM traditional medicine, which I think has got a lot of good stuff, it's not right in everything possibly. We take the bits from it. The eyes and liver meridian are strongly connected and correlated in Chinese medicine. So there's one. Liver, eyes, sun gazing, eyes being the most important. Sunlight, the most important is the eyes. So that's a connection, right? The eyes, liver.
Right.
Also, just a quick one where we said, I'm not disagreeing with you because I take in all opinions and I'm open to the idea that actually we fucked up the atmosphere as much. But the only thing I can relate is my own experiences. And I've been doing a lot of midday sun gazing wherever I can, even some today in the UK. I must admit, it's not Florida, so my latitude is going to be a weaker sun than you in the UK, and even though it's south. But I do midday sun gazing, and it's not hurt me since I've been doing it last year. The only thing I do, my breath slows down, and also my brain hemisphere imbalance gets fixed a little bit. So those are the two major benefits. It makes me sleep good. 3 things: the midday sun gazing that I've noticed with it. So that makes me want to keep doing it. And actually, I'm short-sighted too. And my eyesight hasn't got worse. I had it tested 6 months in sun gazing midday, and it hasn't got worse or better. So I don't know. Maybe I'm different. Maybe it would damage someone's eyes, but it hasn't mine. So. Yeah.
And it could just be me too, because I am still cleansing from all of that. What I've daily, I've been getting out a lot more than I put in. It's actually pretty insane. From going from one extreme to the other, and now I'm the stuff that's coming out, especially my colon, it's been pretty intense.
Yeah. Do you want to go there? Do you want to talk about
what we're talking about? Your eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you been putting urine in your eyes?
I haven't since I wrote my first book, and then a few weeks after my first book, I got off aged urine on the eye drops, unfortunately, and I've not been on it for a while. I'm not perfect. I'm working so many things, so it's not like I can do everything in a day of 2 discipline and stuff. So don't be too extreme. But no, when I've done it, it's very powerful, and I seem to be able to do sun gazing much longer when I'm on it than when I'm not. I noticed that. How about you, brother?
I do. My eyes do get irritated, so I've been using only fresh. I started with the eye drops, and then I've upgraded to the eye cup. Cool. And I probably do it about once a week. Intuitively, I'll just, I'm just look, and I put it in, and I just kind of look in all directions. And when I first started doing it, I noticed more of a benefit.
Mhm.
Now I just kind of do it as maintenance, and I haven't really seen, but I've only been doing fresh. So,
Yeah. But
I'm sure there's
I
more.
must say your eyes look very.
I can only hold it there for like a few seconds, so before it gets irritated. So, and I listen to my body. So if it gets irritated like that, I just, just kind of lay off it.
Right, brother. I must say your eyes look very clear, and they look like very. The eye iridology would show good results, in my opinion. It's looking very fresh. I can tell, and I'm sure that anyone watching can too. So, well done. Mm, yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. That's a big part of just detoxing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed the difference, the change in my eyes over the past 4 years. And just keeps getting clear and bluer, and just different things change in the eyes. And
Oh, yeah.
I had my eyes read actually by
Mhm.
an iridology person
Did you?
recently. Yeah.
Okay. What did they come out as a conclusion to your eyes at that time?
They said that there was really cool is they were able to see some history and as well as the present. And they said that I've gotten most of the candida out, most of the parasites out, which is really cool. I've seen a lot of those. And I've gotten, I still have a little bit to work on my kidneys and liver, which I'm not surprised, which I've been working on, and it's just a process.
Mm.
But it's fun though. It's now a game. I've gotten to the point where the energy is there, and now it's just how healthy and how good can I feel, and I'm already waking up before the sun every morning. So like, how how much, you just can get better from here, right?
Yeah. I can so relate to you. And I was thinking of asking that question actually at some point. It's weird you answered it. I was asking you, why do you do what you do? Because I can tell you're really passionate. It's the first time we're talking on camera as well. It's crazy. I've not known you for very long, and I can tell. So I was thinking in my mind, it would be nice for the audience to understand, why is this guy so passionate about? Because a part of me was thinking, why am I so passionate? Why are you so passionate? Kombucha Clark, and why were you so passionate? And then you answered the question perfectly, and I already knew. So it's because it's fun. It's just fun, right? Just fun. It's just fun.
Well, that's part of it, but really, it's so I can be of service to others.
Oh, like that.
It's
Yeah.
it's really
Mm-hmm.
I learned. I actually had some. I'm a Reiki master, and during my Reiki master attunement, I had some angels visit me, and they told me about some past lives, and it kind of put me up to date of why I'm here, why I sent myself here, why my higher self sent me here,
Yeah.
to do what I'm doing now. And I don't know my whole path, but it's being presented one step at a time. And I know that I sent myself here in this time and age of where we are with the world, and how toxic it is, and where we are consciously, and and I know I have a lot of work to do, a lot of work to do, first on myself so I can help others. And I made a big move a year ago. I was living in San Diego, California, beautiful, block from the beach. Back where I was working corporate jobs, and not living the best lifestyle. That's where my transition happened. And then when I cleaned up a bit, I actually moved here to West Palm Beach, Florida, to work at Hippocrates Health Institute.
Wow.
And
so you literally west side to east side, bro. You couldn't get more distant in one country, like complete transition. Fucking
right.
hell.
Yeah.
And then what you said you're working is a health foods, is it a health place that you just...
Yes. Yeah. We put people on raw foods. We have almost 60 acres, and we put people, we house guests for 21-day programs, and get people on green juices and raw foods. And we have like hyperbaric domes with oxygen.
Cool.
We have infrared domes with oxygen. We have infrared saunas all over the campus. We have a hot and cold plunge. Lots of different therapies: massage, Reiki, acupuncture. We get people doing enemas every day, wheatgrass juice implants, just all sorts of epic epicness is going on. And
Is it like it's paid, isn't it? So they paid clients come in and for like, is it a weekend or how does it work?
For 21-day program, the standard program is 21 days,
okay,
3 weeks. Yeah. And some people stay longer. I mean, some people stay like a couple months. I've seen people like turn themselves around, like not being able to walk, and then within a couple weeks, like walking their cane, like carrying their cane like over their shoulder.
Do you know what? I so much respect, not just for what the work that the people that you guys do in that, but also think about the people that come to you. You have to be open-minded to get in that position, because we know a lot of people would never, ever put themselves, even if they had the money, people would never put themselves in the position of even going to that and committing, would they?
No, going into a place with only like checking in and knowing that the only food that's available is organic raw vegan food and green juices made from like literally we juice sprouts. We have a greenhouse where we grow fresh wheatgrass and sprouts, and then we juice the sprouts, and we have a wheatgrass juice bar, and the guests juice their own wheatgrass.
And probably wheatgrass enemas, right? I'm guessing as well.
Yeah. Yes. we recommend an enema every single day and wheatgrass juice implant every single day.
There you go. I've got it. A new one is a wheatgrass a day and a wheatgrass enema a day keeps the doctor away. We've got the new phrase.
Yes. And I believe strongly that an Urine enema a day keeps the doctor away too.
Right? Yeah.
And if you mix the two, which I do, instead of using distilled water, I use aged urine. I add wheatgrass and probiotics. I mean, sometimes I have fun with it now. I've been like making elixirs.
Yeah, fucking cool. You were talking off air a little bit, and you said the only thing they don't do, apart from the million thing, the one thing they don't, we call is the urine therapy. They don't approve of that one because I don't know why. It's too much stigma, I guess, around that one.
Right. And if we edit this video down, if we can edit out the name, because I kind of leaked out the name there.
Sure, yeah, we'll get that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother. Okay, so one thing I did want to talk to you about earlier, we went off a little bit, it's very cool, nice transition, but you talked about the colon. We could briefly touch base with it. We didn't talk about what's your protocols on Asia. You said you've been Asia and enemas for the longest time, and I know Asia and enemas are powerful, but I don't think I'm doing it quite as long as you. And you said also you removed from your eyes, they told you got rid of most of your parasites and stuff, and candida. Do you think that's a result of the Asia and enemas?
Oh my gosh. Absolutely. I do a lot of different things for my health, a lot of different protocols. And I would say this is like number one, like top out of pretty much everything I do.
Wow. Okay. That's a big bold statement. Cool.
Yeah. It's like, I make it like the first thing. I wake up, I meditate, and then I go set up for an enema. Like straight up.
Nice, brother. And also, like you said, the best way to break a fast, you're breaking 16-hour fasts with the old aged urine up the bum. Yeah. Right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Straight up, like it's like doing a stem cell injection every single morning. While in a fasted state. That's the way I see it. And then what I've been getting out, it's ridiculous, especially out of doing with the like liver. Like I've been laying on the right side. I've been doing abdominal massages. And that seeps, laying on the right side, actually, whatever's in the enema will seep right into the liver. And then so that'll start flushing. And then I go upside down. So then because if you look at a colon, it goes, it goes to the right, and then it goes up, and then it goes left, and then it goes down. And so in order to get the water all the way in there, I go on my right, and I go upside down, I go on my left side, and then I stand up, and then I jump on a rebounder, and I do all sorts of other stuff.
That's so fucking cool. You're literally getting in. We talked about this off there. You're getting the medicine into every part of the colon, even the ascending colon, all the parts that most people say enemas don't go through. Probably right. If you just put it in there and don't go upside down, do left, right, you're probably right. It doesn't go everywhere, even though it's still powerful, but you're doing it in a specific way, which I love. By the way, I love extreme people, and I'm extreme, but I haven't got to that phase yet of doing it right to the ascending colon, messing about too much. I just go upside down very simply for a little bit. So I love the fact that you're doing this, brother. And other people too, I've heard doing this. So it's very, very cool. I like
Yeah, and my belief is if you do the right abdominal massages while you do this,
it.
you can actually get it through. You can get it through that passageway and get it into the small intestine as well.
Oh, very interesting. You can even get into wow, past that little. There's a little valve, isn't there, that stops it? So
Yeah, there's a valve. There's a valve, and you can massage that valve.
oh wow.
And my belief is that it can get past that valve because it's going to go one way.
Hmm.
I think with the right abdominal massages, it gets past it.
Very interesting. And one more thing I'll add to that. I just posted about the vagus nerve being a very important nerve for parasympathetic action, relaxation, basically, the nerve of compassion. And what you do when you do an abdominal massage, you massage your gut. There's an effect. You're massaging, you're activating your 10th cranial nerve, which is going to relax you. It's going to slow down your breath. And that's going to make it even easier for the medicine to go in because you're slowing down everything. And that's healing in itself, the abdominal massage. So you're adding in abdominal massage with an aged urine. With aged urine, up the bum, cleans the parasites, cleanses all that shit, gets into the bloodstream, stem cell injection, alkalizing as fuck, getting into the cleaning the liver. Oh, so many things going on, bro. One thing, like it's crazy.
Yeah, you ever get a headache? Anytime it's the first thing I do. It's the first thing I try. If I have a headache, the first thing I do is an enema because I mean that vagus. Most of the time, what I find is it's usually a parasite on the vagus nerve. Just like they're just nabbing away at it. They're pissed off, because I mean of everything else I'm doing, but they're pissed off and they're just like, trying to get, just trying to like make it. And it's like when I was a kid, I would get these 2-3 day migraines where all I could do is like lay in a pitch black room and couldn't do anything. Just that's all I could literally do, or any light, any sound would just irritate me. Yeah, I got one of these probably like a month or so ago, just randomly. I'm like, I haven't had one of these since I was a kid. And my first reaction was to just, I got to go lay down. And I was laying there and I was thinking, I'm like, wait a sec. I got to do an enema. And I just forced myself to get up and do it. And when I did it, I had parasites coming out of me and my head just, and it was clear as day.
Oh, that's so crazy. The gut and brain connection, the vagus nerve, and
you hit it right there with the vagus nerve.
Yeah.
And the bacteria, they know the microorganisms. They're smart. They know that we can be controlled with that nerve because it goes right to the brain.
Yeah, so true. The parasites in the gut.
They can put thoughts in our head.
Yeah. Do you know what? You connect the dots, actually. I was talking and you made me connect the dots between them. And so it's actually you as well. Thank you very much for that simple connection, which I never thought of really, between parasites in the gut and your fucking brain. They're also, and why you feel like shit on parasites and controlling the brain. You control the brain, you control the mind. Your mind is controlled by parasites from the gut. It makes all sense.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, now. Crazy stuff. That is such great information. I appreciate it. So, can I ask you one thing as well? Aside from the parasites and all that stuff, aged urine enemas, what other benefits have you felt? Clarity of mind, more energy. Would you say it's one of the best ways to take aged urine? If I put you on the spot here and said your favorite ways, most powerful ways to take aged urine, because we know there's like loads of different holes that can go in the body. I'm sure you tried a lot of them. Which is your favorite and most powerful?
What I can do right now, what I can do in the moment would be my favorite. But yes, I would say the most powerful though is by far the enemas.
Interesting.
Probably the most powerful. I love putting it in my ears. How about
aged urine massaging? Aged urine massaging. How about that one? What's your opinion on that?
I do that, and actually, it's helped. I was at a big bald spot, and my hair's going back up here.
Cool. Yeah.
It's and I would say a big thing was detoxification, but at the same time, the more I do the urine massaging on the head, the more that the hair grows in thicker there and thicker there. I got excited. I got a little excited about that when I first started, and I was doing it too much, and I got the smell. I got the smell comment, and I had to cut back on it,
Yeah.
I do what I can, where I can, when I can. I just, every situation, I'm just trying to do the best that I can.
Ballsy, brother. I'll be honest with you. If I put it on my hair, it stays way too long. It's the only place in my body that it won't disappear and seep into, even overnight, the hair.
Right.
So I have big problems myself. I won't go there with it anymore. We've aged on the hair, unfortunately.
And that's one reason I keep my hair so short right now, just because so I can get that into my scalp and just do it more there.
Yeah, brother. Hey, I want to ask you a question. On the message you said that you had some unique protocols you'd like to share with me. Here's your platform, brother. I'm more than interested and curious because I know you've got, in many ways, you have to do way.
I got another tool. I'm gonna go grab it real quick. I'll show you.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
This.
Okay, what am I looking at, brother? Is that an enema kind of thing? Syringe?
This is an enema for the ear, okay?
Okay.
This is an ear syringe.
Right, okay. Huh.
So I fill this with the solution.
Okay, of aged urine? Aged urine or self? Yeah.
And then I literally, so the way it's designed, it has 3 little holes on here. And it's designed to clean the inner ear. So it's designed to go this way. You can go over the sink. You can push in the water, whatever solution you're using, and it cleans up. So that's the first way I use it, just to clean. But I like to take things to the next level. So after it's clean, fill it up again, and I open the passageway, and actually it'll stick my head like this, and if I go slowly enough, none will come out. It'll all go into my head, and I think clearer. I know what it's doing in there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's doing, but it's feeding my brain. I believe that I'm getting stem cells into my brain.
This is great information. Just to repeat, so how are you doing it so it doesn't leak out? You're doing it really slowly. Is that the only thing you have to do? Really slowly. Okay.
Really, I just hold my ear so that it opens that pathway.
Okay.
And I just go really slow, and sometimes a little will leak out.
Yeah.
I go too fast, but I go really slow, and I can fill this a couple times, 2 to 3 times, 4 times, whatever, and pretty much and get all of that liquid inside without it coming out my ears.
Brother, this is in a way, I'm not exaggerating, it's groundbreaking. I've never heard I've heard of urine injections. I've heard of, I've never heard of up the nose is crazy to some people, not to me and you. This is new. So you're saying this, my mind's going crazy because I know the ears are very powerful for a lot of things. Brain hemisphere imbalances, their ears, because the ears are the ones that tell you the balance. I reckon the ears activate the brain hemisphere imbalances. So if you're shoving something up the ears or slowly getting it in, I think that's going to majorly impact the brain. And there's pretty 1,000 things that we fucking don't know about, bro. 1,000 things.
I can think more clearly. I feel like I'm just working better up here when I do it.
Oh, bro, this is it. Like, look at that. Look what we're talking about. We do urine up the nose, very powerful. Urine massaging the temple, that seeps in past the skull into the brain. If anyone will know this, if you try it, you're saying through the ears now as well. Ah, fucking hell, man. This has got to be tried. I've got to try this. I've got to try this.
And then here's one of my favorites. And I don't know where I just keep getting these downloads. Like, nobody else is doing this on YouTube.
Oh, whoa. I think I know what you're talking about here. You're talking about the, is that a vape?
The nebulizer, yeah.
Yes, sir. I know this one. I know this. Yeah.
How did you hear about this?
Yeah, actually, there was somebody on. It's very rare. You're right. Someone was talking about it on the aged urine groups or the urine therapy groups, and I thought I had to try it. So I bought the machine and I've tried it. I've lost a little thing for it, so I have to get back on it. But yeah, what's your experiences of it? Because I've had some powerful shit with that stuff.
The deepest breathing that I ever have, like I do this, and then I go sleep on the earth.
Yeah.
That's my breath just gets so deep. Like I'll meditate, like after this, and then I'll meditate. My breath is just like I can't, like I don't know how much oxygen is getting in my lungs, but it's incredible. It's absolutely.
My opinion on this pretty obvious stuff is when you vape it, you turn it from the aged urine is powerful anyway, it's a liquid into a gas. When it's a gas, it can get even more into the lungs because the gas are fine particles, so it can really pull the mucus, really give you that oxygen, really pull out the toxins from the lungs. And wow, yeah, you're right. I've noticed the same thing. Your breath goes to, I don't know, something else.
Yeah. It's like I don't know. I don't need to know what it's doing. All I know is that it's. I mean, with that, sleeping on the earth, the right meditation. Sometimes 3 or 4 hours sleep is enough. Wake up just on point.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
Right into meditation.
I feel like you're like kind of like me. We're both very extreme, but extremely dedicated and extremely happy, extremely energetic, extremely healthy, extremely out there. But we want to help people. And do you know what? You've given us such great information. I'm eternally blessed. And in fact, you've motivated me. Believe it or not, brother. I'm hardcore, but I realize that sometimes people come into my life to motivate me as well. And I think you're one of those people that has just come here to motivate, to be sent, you're guided, right? Coincidences aren't a thing, they're real. So you meet people to help me. So I think you're going to take me to the next level from your information you shared here, brother. So I appreciate what you shared. I really do. So thank you.
Well, thank you for doing the work that you're doing out here. Cause it's, I mean, not many people share, like even the people like, most people I talk to, I'm like, yeah, eat some more vegetables.
Take some more pills. Take some more drugs. It'll fix you. Take some more drugs, bro.
Well, it's just meeting people where they're at, and it's some people. It's like just trying to get them to drink a green juice is taking them to the next level. But you know what I mean. So it's always meeting people with where they're at, and it is exciting to talk to someone like you who is who's ready for this information, because most people aren't. Most people aren't even ready for just drinking some fresh.
Yeah. Exactly. Just a quick one. I've been thinking about that too, in a bit deeper, like as well. Like you meet people where you're at. Like for example, when I'm on the streets, and I live in a toxic world. I'm surrounded by the matrix. But when I'm around, if someone's running, for example, on the streets, I'll give them props. Now, I don't tell people I don't know, like a stranger, oh, you need to run because you're fat. I'm not a rude person. But if someone's running, I will compliment them. And that's how we do it. We compliment them. Another thing, when someone's got their top off, like a guy in public, even if he's fat, bro, do you know what I say to them? I don't say, oh, you're fat, you're fat fuck. Do you know what I say? I say, hold on, mate. Do you realize that taking top off's really good? It gives you vitamin D from the sun. It's really fucking healthy. The sunlight's powerful. That's how I do it. I'm not mean to people and tell them what to do because they're not ready. What I do is people that are already doing good things, I encourage them by complimenting them. And that's how we change the world, in my opinion. Right?
Exactly. It's living the lifestyle, and because you can't, when you try to push this stuff on people, they're just going to pull away. I learned that early on with just the raw foods. I was trying to, like, when I first learned about raw foods and like juice fasting, I wanted everyone to do it. But I realized I was like pushing people away, because I was just, I was like, because they just they didn't want to hear it.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? And then you get used to it, and it starts your own growth journey, and you realize what works for people, what works for humans, and what doesn't. You become more self-accepting yourself, and like realizing you can't change people. The only thing we can change is me and you. And that's what I like about the conversation. Like you said, I like talking to people that I know I can help, and that are interested. We're not interested really in changing people that won't change. That's not why we're here. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
All right, brother. With that being said, I thank you so much for doing this with me today, and Kombucha Clark. And do you know what? I look forward to us talking again. I'd love to have informal chats with you. I'll check in with you too on if you can send me the links for that thing. By the way, if you can find the nasal one and the eardrops, I'd appreciate that as well. And
Gotcha.
and before we go as well, can you? Is there one thing you'd like to get? You know, we haven't covered base with some bit of information we missed off in this one. I don't know. We covered a lot, but I might have missed something.
Um, I think we got enough for one video here. But would definitely love to chat more and hear more about what you're doing. You know, I mean, I've caught the snippets on your videos, but I don't really know how you live your lifestyle really. So
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we do another video informally, and I can talk to you about my lifestyle and everything. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Thank you guys for watching. This is Harry from Harry from Kombucha Clark joining us today from Florida. It was quite early day, isn't it? Midday, so you got the whole day ahead of you, brother. You enjoy. All right, mate. Thank you very much, guys.
Cool.